Welcome back, Flare community. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing well and having an incredible start to the week as always. Looks like the room is pretty busy. We've got Kubi up there, who's been a member for 2 months. Tasmanian Crypto OG, a real OG in the space, 10 months as a member. We've got Anna, we've got Milton, we've got Crypto Granny, Jimmy Thing as well, Alan, Professor, Doc Bob D, and I'm sure we'll have some more arriving soon. But yes, before we do kick things off, I do want to remind everyone who is a member, whether that's a YouTube member or a Patreon member, we are starting this thing called the Quiz League. Now, each week we do a quiz on the Discord for the members here, and we normally give 30 XRP at a time, but we're going to do something a little bit bigger every quarter where you can win, up to 250 XRP. So be sure to join the Discord if you haven't already, and you can find links in the description. Songbird's doing pretty good this week. Just over a week ago, it was sitting at 0.25 cents. Sorry, 2.5 cents. And now it's looking at 3 cents. So not a bad little gain there. And happy days with that. Got the Flare Songbird, the Flare Explorer, just cranking away blocks. And we can see that we just actually passed the big 1 milski, which is always good as well. So things look like they're happening over here on the FLR network. So hopefully after observation modes ends, we could maybe see some activity pretty sharpish. But what we're going to do is we're going to start in the normal tradition and checking out the latest signal provider accuracies. And I did have a quick peek at this earlier. And yes, it is S-Toads topping the charts this week, as they was last week as well. So they've had quite the meteoric rise recently, and you also get S-Ribbits too, which is also very nice. We've got Evolve FTSO in 2nd place, 3rd place Alpha Oracle, 4th place FTSO IT, and 5th place AFTSO. And I guess a lot of the usual suspects up in this top 10, which is always good. We have Sean Rowan here, who he's obviously working at FLR. They're actually, I think he's the head engineer or maybe the CTO. And FLR Network APIs have handled 150 million requests. So an API, it's basically a function where you can, I guess, query data. So, that's quite impressive. 150 million queries. And, you can see there it's pretty standard. We don't see many peaks and troughs, which is always nice, but just a nice little statistic, which I thought I would share with you. GPK Junkie over on Twitter here has created a nice little infographic, if you will. So what can you do on the Songbird network? And there's a lot of new people in the community, so I'll just give you a quick recap. You can go through the FTSO and delegate your vote with Songbird, and basically that earns you a percentage of the inflation rewards based on the accuracy of the signal provider. And as you can see, this is the current top 5. And this website, for anyone who's interested and who may not have come across it, is called FLRmetrics. It's flrmetrics.io. And basically you can get an idea of the accuracy and the vote power for each signal provider. You're also going to be able to mint S assets, and that's going to be a range of different assets, XRP, XLM, Bitcoin here, Litecoin, XLM, Algorand, and Filecoin, I believe. So that's going to be interesting, especially with some of the assets which don't really have a smart contract function on their native chain. So XRP is an example of that. So it'd be great to give them access to various DeFi applications. Got Layer Cake here, which is an insured bridge provider that is basically fully insured, and you don't really see that very often. And you're going to be able to earn fees by providing bandwidth issuance for bridging. And yes, in a recent interview, Hugo did say that this is actually expected to be somewhere in the region of 37%, which is quite a good little return, if you ask me. On Songbird, you can obviously use the dApps or decentralized apps, and these examples here are the decentralized exchanges. So Alpha Oracle and FLR Finance, you can start earning their reward tokens if you delegate with them. And finally, the fifth point here is crowdfunding. And I actually did a video about this, and I'm really excited about crowdfunding. And just to give you a quick summary, it's basically where you as a user can basically pledge some of your assets, whether that's Songbird or maybe some of these S assets, to a project, and they're locked up into a smart contract. Now, this smart contract will obviously be earning a yield, and that's probably in the form of delegation. But if you're on the FLR network too, you may actually be earning FLR for holding F assets. And it's this yield which is then paid to the project owners who are developing the application, and in exchange you can receive some of their tokens. It's a really great way to have a sustainable and consistent funding for projects that may be looking to develop, and I think it's going to be a great catalyst for growth on both Songbird and the FLR network. Moving over here to Tim Rowley, who's quite the legend in the space. I'm sure you all know him by now. He created an incredible video. He's part of FTSO AU. He actually is the creator of this as well, FLR Metrics. So very talented guy, there's no doubt about that. But for those who may be looking to become a signal provider or a data provider, I'd highly recommend checking this video out. He covers everything that you need to know to get started. And yeah, if you're thinking about it, that's probably the best place to start right there. Some pretty crazy news here from Trustline. Today we are announcing that Trustline is joining forces with Link2. So basically, Link2 has acquired Trustline to accelerate its build-out of the blockchain-based private equity exchange. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Matt has actually become part of Link2 as well, and it's great to see that these two entities are fusing together, because at the end of the day, it's going to accelerate development. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. For those developers out there who may be looking for a project, I think this would be absolutely incredible. A dashboard that compares the liquidity of the top decentralized exchanges. And I did say liquidity, but what I really meant to say was the trading volume, because I believe we can have certain metrics in the form of total locked value, and I believe FLR Finance are basically leading the race in that regard. We're yet to see Pangolin exchange launch, or Canary X exchange, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But it would be really interesting to see these statistics, and I'm sure you will all agree. Prolific mind here, quite the NFT collector and supporter of our good friend Johnny Lawrence. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but Johnny Lawrence is really, taking art to the next level as far as I'm concerned. So he did these physical prints. I actually have some myself, and I guess he's incorporated this augmented reality sort of thing. So if you do have a framed print, you can actually get a bit of a animated version like this, as you can see on the screen. Incredible, he really does step out of the boundaries of what's normal, and he's really trying to push them. And for me, that really does, I guess he's got my respect in that regard. FLR Finance, they actually updated their charts, and this has maybe been a long time coming for a lot of people. Obviously, we have the Japanese candlesticks here, but there are also the opportunity for lines. Now, this is not particularly my cup of tea, but I'm a big fan of the actual Japanese candlesticks, but they've got more time frames and you can scroll back. It's a lot better, and I'm really happy with this update. Here we go. Something to do with, the Samurai and DeLorean NFT holders. So for those of you who don't know, the Samurai NFTs were actually awarded for those who participated in the beta test, and also a recent test on Songbird or not a test, a competition, let's say. And I think it was the top 250 participants actually was awarded with the Samurai NFTs, and the DeLorean NFTs actually was released on Ethereum 2. Now, what they're going to be doing, as you can see in this tweet, they're going to be migrating them from Ethereum over to Songbird. And I'm sure you are all very happy with that. We know about the fees on Ethereum. Songbird is much, much cheaper. So that's going to happen. But as they say here, do not burn your NFTs now, okay? Please don't get excited. They will release more information as and when it becomes available. But the main reason that I wanted to bring your attention to this particular tweet is in this document here, the Medium article. This is what really excites me. 1% will go to the APY cloud, and that's actually in relation to the royalties. So in fact, let me see this. Just do a quick search. There we go. We will be setting a 10% royalty with 9% going to the team and 1% going to the APY cloud. And the APY cloud is something that I'm really excited about, actually. I think it's the secret source of FLR Finance, and I really can't wait to delve a little bit deeper into that. It's basically going to be a sustainable yield generator. So yeah, stay tuned for that. This is what really gets me excited about FLR Finance, and all of these different applications are actually going to feed into the APY cloud. Like, it's going to be a big pot of different assets which gets distributed to those who stake the governance tokens. That's SFIN and XFI. And on the Flare network, it's going to be YFIN and YFLR. Lauren here, she's actually releasing something on FLR Drops, which is the FLR Finance, their latest NFT marketplace. It looks really great. It's actually released on Costin. And yeah, she's providing a redeemable piece of artwork. You got Conor McGregor here. But yeah, I think it looks great, and she's obviously very talented. So they're actually, FLR Finance are working on this smart contract redemption functionality, where if you buy an NFT, you can then, connect your wallet and then say, look, this is the NFT that I hold, and maybe one of these NFTs have something that you can redeem it with. And a perfect example for this actually would be my cards here. So, I've been selling these NFTs, and there are still some left. And Anna has obviously received hers, and you can tell she's from Vegas with this very fine looking rainbow spread, if you will. But yeah, having this smart contract is going to make things much easier for those who want to provide physical items with their NFTs. And it's basically going to be a way where you can connect with the seller and share some information in a completely sealed environment, okay? The way I've been approaching this with all of the cards is I've been, asking people to DM me, and there's still some people out of there who haven't actually DM'd me. So if you did actually buy one of these NFTs, be sure to drop me a message. I think there's maybe like 10 decks left to send out from the initial mintage. And I do have some to give away at a later date as well. A lot of people were talking about Pangolin, however you want to say it. I'm not really bothered. But yeah, this is a new decentralized exchange, and there is going to be an airdrop for holders of SGB. Now, before anyone jumps the gun, we don't have the details yet, and Pangolin are actually going to let us know all the details at a later date. And something that I was really hearing a lot about was this idea of FLR Finance. So a lot of people hold their SGB in a pool for in FLR Finance, right? And when you hold your assets in a pool, it's not in your wallet anymore. It's in a smart contract, right? And for you to delegate, you can only delegate from a wallet that you own. And you obviously don't own the smart contract. So this is why FLR Finance actually delegate on your behalf. And each week, what they do is they claim their delegation rewards, and then they distribute a second time to all the people that are in the pool. And I just wanted to bring this to your attention because FLR Finance are interested in supporting this airdrop in the form of, it would be the exact or like a very similar procedure where FLR Finance will receive all of the PNG tokens from Pangolin, and then they will have to distribute further based on when the snapshot is and how many people and how much SGB people provided into the pool. This was actually really interesting. We launch on Flare Networks with SAR, and that's Sunshine and Rainbows. And I just want to run you through this this quick thread. Not many, maybe 4 tweets, but yeah. One of the things that truly excites me about Sunshine and Rainbows is some of the interesting secondary products that will be built on top of it. Unlike VE tokenomics, I'm not sure what that stands for actually, but that can be predatory. These secondary products will provide unique value propositions, and we're going to read one here. So think about staking your PNG tokens, and PNG is the asset of Pangolin exchange, whether that's on Avalanche or eventually Songbird. This is what's going to be airdropped. And then based upon how long you've been staking, you get a higher APR. Now, let's say you have 100 PNG and you've been staking for 2 months, and now you're earning 100 APR, but you need to withdraw. So this in itself is quite a nice concept where the longer you stake, the higher rewards that you get, okay? That's the basic premise of this particular tweet, but it does offer a bit of a predicament if you need to withdraw that stake for whatever reason, right? So if you withdraw and then restake, you'll lose your juicy APR, but you need the cash, right? So instead, you can sell your position via an NFT on the secondary market for a premium, and this is basically the secret sauce here. If another market participant wanted to pay a premium for the length of time you've staked, you'll be able to get back your PNG plus the earned PNG, and then an additional premium from someone willing to pay you for your time served, right? So it's basically the idea that if you stake for a long time, let's exaggerate it a little bit. Let's say you've been staking for 1 year and you've managed to acquire this really high APR. Instead of just saying, you need the money and you leave the pool and you give up all of the rewards, what you can do is take that year and represent it as an NFT, and then maybe someone will want to buy that NFT off you, and then they can get the benefits of having staked for a year, access to these higher APRs. So interesting indeed. Just thought I would point that out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give a shout out to Doge Hater here, who's, I don't know if you've seen his work, David Swartz right there, just doing his thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week, and as I said before, if you are a member or a Patreon member, get yourself over to the Discord, because we are going to be having a quiz. And we always have the members chat straight after this stream. It's going to be here in the bottom here, the members stage. And we'll start the competition or the quiz very soon. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching as always. Hope you have a great week. And until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.